Hello, book buds! I am back and better than ever. So I have been gone for the past 2 weeks. I went to Florida. It was fantastic. Took a little vacation from real life, from everything, and I am back and feeling good. So last time I was here, I talked about my midlife crisis, and I would like to let you know that it is, for the most part, resolved. So first off, my hair, I used Arctic Fox Froze and dyed it pink again, so even though it was fading, it is getting better now. Found makeup that I liked today, and you know what? Acne happens to the best of us, but my face is clearing up, so that is a good thing. I did go to therapy, so that made me feel better. I go again tomorrow, so again, very, very exciting for me. And other than that, I found a book to read, so there was my book crisis, having too many books, not being able to decide which one to read, all of that jam. So not all of that jam, all of that jazz. So if you were wondering about any of that, that has mostly been resolved. That was a pretty quick midlife crisis, at least for me. And we still have my Grammy. The other two cats did get adopted, so we just have Grammy now, but still here, still having the time of his life. And that's it. That's that. So today I'm here, we're getting back to Tuesday Tea with Kenzie, and we're here to talk about The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm so excited to talk about this. First off, this was a 5-star read for me, and thank God it was. I was in such a reading, what's it called? A reading slump. So I was in the biggest reading slump, and I'm finally like digging myself out of that. And this is definitely one of the books that did it for me. So this book, I buddy read it with my friend Mackenzie, so that was really cool. We read 50 pages a day, except for one day when we couldn't stop at the 50 pages, so we read 100 pages instead. But basically, synopsis of the book, random person, Avery, who literally lives like paycheck to paycheck with her sister Libby, gets millions of bajillions of dollars and has to live in the Hawthorne house for a year. And this happens after one of the Hawthorne, I don't even know everybody's names. One of the Hawthorne people dies. So like the oldest one, like the grandfather, passes away. And rather than leaving all of his money to his family, he's got like 3 grandsons. They've got like the mom, the cousin, the aunt, like they've got a whole family going on. And he does not leave his money to any of them. He leaves it to this random stranger named Avery. So that's a question in and of itself. But then she has to pick all of her stuff up and move into the Hawthorne house because she's left with their inheritance, but has to live there for an entire year. And if she chooses to like move out or whatever, all of the money goes to charity. The money doesn't ever go back to the family. So the family like wants her to stay there, so like, but also like doesn't, and so nobody knows why she was chosen. She doesn't know why she was chosen. None of the family members know why she was chosen. Everything is an absolute mystery. And as she stays there and things, you know, unravel, unfold, there's like little games and puzzles and mysteries that she has to solve with the brothers to kind of figure out why she was put there. And I loved this book. I absolutely loved it. It's not really like my typical vibe. I'm typically like a romance girl, sometimes like a fantasy girl. This is not fantasy. This is like fiction mystery type of jam. Like what is happening and when. But I rated this 5 stars and I loved it. I loved it. I love all of the characters. I love that you don't know who is like the good person and who's like the bad person. And honestly, it's the end of the book and I still don't know. I still don't know like who's teaming up, who's with each other and who's against each other, and like why she was chosen. Like, you still don't know. You've gotten to the end of the book and you still don't know, which is interesting to me. But I really, really like all of the different puzzles and how things unfold slowly. But like, the fact that the puzzles are given to you and you can like flip back through the pages and try and like decode them yourself, I think that's really cool. I wasn't able to solve any of the puzzles, but it was also because I didn't try, because I didn't really care to solve the puzzle. I wanted the book to solve the puzzle for me and just to be given the answer. A lot of people like solving puzzles. I don't. I just want the answer there. But I loved that part and that aspect of it. I will also say, one of like the things that I shouldn't do as a reader, but I do is reading the last page of a book when I'm like a third of the way through. So like Beach Read, read the ending before I got there. People We Meet on Vacation, read the ending before I got there. The Inheritance Games, I read the ending before I got there. I read the ending while I was like at the beginning of the book. And even though I read the ending before I like read through the entire book, I still had no clue what was going to happen, which is so interesting to me, because usually you read the ending and you're like, now I know exactly what happens. We just have to get us there. No, this ending is like, what is happening? Why is that happening? What is happening with that? I don't know. It's very, very interesting how even if you read the ending, you still don't know like the actual ending, like the unfolding of everything. But I love this book. Another thing that I like really, really love is the cover, because all of these things, like, you know, the key and the chess piece and the crown and the knife and the ballerina and all of these things are like part of the game and are like little things here and there that are hidden in the book, but none of the cover spoils what happens in the book. Like, I don't know, you see the knife and you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Does somebody die? I don't know. They, you know, like, why a ballerina? Are they gonna put on a show? Who knows? I will say that I did not spoil it. Neither of those things are what happens. But like, you see the cover and all of it's hidden very, very nicely and woven into the text, but it's not a spoiler. So like, that's very interesting to me, because sometimes you look at the cover and you know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to fall in love. Somebody's going to die, whatever. But like this, you look at the cover and you have no stinking clue, and I love that. So that makes me very happy. The cover is a spoiler, but not, if that makes any sense. Also, it's green, and that's a very pretty color, and if you know all of my fatal flaws, I judge a book by its cover. I need the text to be large, which in this case it is, and it is in first person, so all of those things are really great for me. The chapters are super short. They're all like no more than like 5 pages, and I really like that too, because I like being able to stop all the time. I hate long chapters. It's become a pet peeve of mine. I never really cared about them in the past, but now they're like a very big thing for me. But this book, oh my god, if you have not picked this book up, you need to right now. I love all of the characters. I love the games. I love the mystery of it. I love how even though I made it to the end of the story, I still don't know like what's happening, what's going to happen next. Even though things are unfolding, not everything's on the table yet. And I find that really, really cool. Now, there is a second book. It's The Hawthorne Legacy, I believe, and I am buying that. I'm getting that. I have to have it. I have to read what comes next. I cannot control myself. And this is a trio. A duology is for 2. Trilogy. This is a trilogy, and the 3rd book is coming out this year, I believe in August, and I really don't know what I'm going to do until then, because I want it so badly. I want to read the 3rd book. I haven't read the 2nd book, but like, I'm getting on that as soon as I can. After I read the 2nd book, I want to read the 3rd book, and I have to wait until August, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can. If somebody wants to help me get an early copy of that, I have to know what happens. I have to know what happens. But But you know, anyways, Tuesday Tea with Kenzie, The Inheritance Games, it's 5 stars. It is everything that I love and more. It is a young adult book, it's mystery, it's fiction, it's everything. It is everything, everything, everything. And I would highly recommend it if you like any of the things that I have talked about. Please pick it up. I cannot recommend this to you enough. So that's the tea, folks. Pick this book up if you have not already. So that's that. I jumped into that. That went really quick, but also really slow all at the same time. And that's that. But I'm back and I'm better than ever and I feel good. And that's that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I love the Inheritance Games and I'm going to pick up the Hawthorne Legacy next, and I hope that you do too. And I hope you have a great day and I'll see you later. Bye!